Okay, so today we are graphing lines in slope-intercept form. Go ahead and throw your name on here. And it is currently first hour. Okay, today and Friday we will be working on slope-intercept form both days. Today we're going from an equation to a graph. Friday we're going from a graph to an equation. So we're just going the two different directions, point A to B, and then back home B to A. Our slope-intercept form of the equation is y equals mx plus b. So our equation is y equals mx plus b. In our equation, m always is going to stand for slope. So in this box right here, write down the word slope. There's currently a phone sitting on your desk. It should be put away. Away. And b is your y-intercept. So m is your slope, and b is your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is where you cross the y-axis. So your y-axis is up and down. Your y-intercept is going to be your starting point on your y-axis. And then from there, you'll graph your slope. A few hints. If a slope is not a fraction, we are going to make it a fraction by putting it over 1. So like if it's just 2, we can make it 2 over 1. If there is no slope in front of your x, so let's just say it says y equals x plus 7, then there is an imaginary 1 there, so your slope is 1. And then if there is nothing listed where it says where there's supposed to be a plus b, if there's nothing being added on the end there, that means there's nothing being added, and nothing is 0. So if there's nothing listed for plus b, your y-intercept is 0. So those are just the 3 things that you guys are going to need to know to fill in all of the missing pieces. Okay, so we've got 4 examples. For every single example, we're going to list out the slope and the y-intercept, and then we're going to draw our graph. So, moving down, my first example, I've got y equals 4/3 x minus 5. So my slope is that number in front of x, so it is 4/3, which we like it when our slope is a fraction. That actually makes it easier for us. And then our y-intercept, since that's minus 5, that means our y-intercept is negative 5. So I just find those 2 numbers straight out of my equation. From there, to graph, I always start at my y-intercept. So make sure when you do your y-intercept, you're on your y-axis. So this is my y-axis, so I'm going to come all the way down here to negative 5. I'm going to put a dot here. You want to draw your dots big enough that after you connect them with a ruler, I can tell where your dots were. Because that's what I'm going to be checking, is did you graph the correct points in the correct spot. From there, we graph our slope. Our slope is 4/3. Slopes are rise over run to the right. So that means we're going to go up 4, and then we're going to go to the right 3. So we go back to our starting point. We go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We go to the right 3, and we put a dot. And then we keep doing that until we run out of space. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 3. So sometimes you'll have 2 or 3 dots. Sometimes you'll have 10 or 12. Just depends on where on your graph you are and how much space there is. So to recap what I've done, I started at negative 5 because that was my y-intercept, and then my slope, I went up 4, right 3, up 4, right 3. Any questions? Okay. Then, because we are graphing the lines, we need to connect that into a line. So using a ruler, you lay your ruler over and draw a line through those points, and then put an arrow at both ends, because that line goes forever and ever. If my graph was bigger, I can make that line longer. Wait, any questions right now? You guys remember this from 8th grade, kind of? Okay. The next one we have, what is my slope? Y equals mx plus b. My slope is 3. So my slope is 3. If a slope is not a fraction, I'm going to put it over 1. So I'm going to make my slope be 3 over 1. And then my y-intercept, this time since it's plus 2, it's positive 2. So if y-intercept's plus, it's positive. If it's minus, it's negative. Okay, so we're going to start at our y-intercept, which is 2. So on the y-axis, start at 2. And then our slope is 3 over 1. So that means it's always rise over run right. So we go up 3, 1, 2, 3, to the right 1. So I do that one time, and then I run out of space. I can't do that again. Up 1, 2, 3, to the right 1. I cannot do that again. So if I run out of space, I'm going to try going the other way, because I always want my lines to extend all the way across my graph in both directions. So if I can't go up 3, right 1, I can do the opposite for both. I can go down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. And it'll keep making the same straight line. Down 3, left 1. So I want to make my line extend as far across the graph as possible, because next unit, we are going to be graphing 2 lines at the same time and seeing where they cross. So we need to make them go all the way across our graph. And I connect them. Okay, any questions right now? Okay, flip this over then. We got 2 more on the back. Next one we have is y equals negative x minus 3. What is my slope in this one? Negative 1. So if I do not have a number in front of my x, I'm going to squeeze a 1 in there. So if it's negative, it'll be negative 1. If it's positive, it'll be positive 1. So in this one, my slope is negative 1 over 1, because I can also put it over 1 so it's a fraction. And then my y-intercept is negative 3 because it's minus 3. So on the back here, both of these have negative slopes. On the front, they both have positive slopes. These both have negative slopes. Okay, our y-intercept is negative 3. So on our y-axis, we're going to go to negative 3. And then our slope is negative 1 over 1. So our rise is negative 1, so that means we go down 1. We still go to the right. So we go down 1, right 1. We can do that a few times. I went down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And then we are going to go the other direction as well. If you can go both directions, you need to go both directions. So we'll go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, so on and so forth. We want to go all the way across our graph in both directions. It's tedious now, but if you get in the habit of it, it'll help you a lot next unit. And then we can connect those. right. Any questions right now? Okay, this last one we've got then, we've got y equals negative 3/4 x. Is that where the m is or the b is? So in y equals mx plus b, is that negative 3/4 where the m would go or where the b goes? The m. So our slope is negative 3/4. What are we adding on here at the end for our plus b? 0. If there's no plus b, that means there's a 0 there. So our y-intercept on this one is 0. So we'll start at 0, 0. And then our slope is negative 3/4. So that means we go down 3, right 4. I cannot go down 3, right 4 again because I run out of space. So instead of going down and to the right again, I can go up 3, left 4, and put a dot. And then I can connect those. Whoop. All right, any questions right now? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video then. Go ahead and get your notes.